Pressure for the British men and the German men trying to make their final Olympic standards here today. 65 men, the last race before the World Championships, and Javier Gomez trying to get back in form after a disappointing 7th place finish at the European Championships, even though he did have the day's fastest run. Already a couple athletes missing their caps. That's Poulat and Vasiliev back into the water. Young Brownlee with a great swim, so he's very well positioned as well. Stuart Hayes. Timmy Don just coming around, so a great ride, swim in the early stages for the past world champion. And you can see the wetsuits being worn by the men. The overcast conditions indicating that rain is about to hit here as the men come through the second stage of this 1,500-meter swim. Vasiliev moving very quickly, and you can see the young talented Russian, one of the first out of the water. Poulat into that group as well. Gomez well established as he's just coming towards the screen. There's Tim Don with a great swim. The first out will be Perez, one of the young Spanish swim specialists, out onto the course. Stuart Hayes trying to get away here today. He's got to be in the top 8 if he wants to have a chance to go to Beijing. Mickey Petzold also with a great swim in there, and he's got to be the top German on the day. And you can see right now a big group of about 25 or 30 men. Tim Don into that bunch. Gomez, Vasiliev, all very tightly bunched. 8 times up this hill, and it has started to take its toll in past years. We saw the women struggle a bit as they got into the later stages. And look at the rain come down, absolutely teeming, as Will Clark trying to make a breakaway here in Vidal from France as the water's starting to pool on the pavement. Absolutely monstrous rain. Very dangerous. Some of the athletes starting to run into hypothermia as the cold temperatures right now on this pavement. You can see the motorcycle camera having a hard time even keeping these athletes in their sight as they're making their way through now this descent stage. Coming back, the rain now starting to stop as the men coming off the bike here in the last stages of this 40-kilometer ride, and it is going to come down now to a very quick run. About 35 men coming off, a fair number of men not finishing the bike, including Andre Johns from Great Britain, Ivan Rania as well, not able to get towards the end of his day. As we take a look right there, it is going to become a very fast run as the men coming off the bike. 4 laps, 10 kilometers. Gomez now in the position that he was looking for, and that is to have a free chance to get down the pavement. Javier Gomez in great form. Tim Don wearing number 1 today. He needs a top 8 performance if he wants to go back to his 3rd Olympic Games. Petzold heading off right there. He's got to be the top German across the line. Will Clark needs a top 8 performance. He's already got one. Brownlee looking good. And here comes Gomez. The sun now starting to come out, but it is Gomez starting to heat up the pavement. Look at him starting to pull away Ivan Vasiliev. And Brownlee, the young man that was the world junior champion just a couple of years ago, having an outstanding run right now. If he keeps in this position, he'll be going to the Olympic Games as a teenager. And here comes Tim Don. He is not going to let the Olympic Games go without another dig. The former world champion from 2006 starting to run through the field, but Gomez has got it his own way. He is absolutely dominated on this 10-kilometer run as he has so many times. Vasiliev now pulling away from Brownlee in the later stages of this 10-kilometer run. Brownlee realizing the Olympic Games berth within his fingertips if he can just stay up these last couple of kilometers. Brownlee looking fantastic now, and it is World Cup win number 10, 2 times here in Madrid, Spain, for Javier Gomez, who for the 16th time in a row has been on the podium. An incredible day. 20 top 10s, 16 podiums, 10 World Cup wins, and the man from Spain gives all the spectators what they were looking for, and that is a World Cup win. Here comes Vasiliev, who's had a great performance here today. He's going to be moving his country up in the overall rankings. Vasiliev, the silver medalist, and the young man from England coming here as an underdog. Alistair Brownlee is going to qualify, I think, for the Olympic Games on the podium. I think Tim Don will be in 4th place, and Clark will be in the top 6 as well. And here he comes to the finishing line. Tim Don, the big man from Great Britain, is going to get it done, and I think go back to the Olympic Games for the 3rd time in his career. Pumped up, Tim Don crossing the line right there. Brownlee elated on the pavement.
So special, this is my 10th World Cup victory. I won my first one here, the 10th here. So just perfect, with all these people. Even with this bad weather, it was so hard. It was, I could survive. And it was, I think, as quite slow race, but for everybody it was the same because it was really hard. And I could win, so that's the important thing, and I'm so happy.
Yeah, I'm absolutely over the moon. I had such a bad start to the season, and I was coming into this race a bit blind because I've been training really hard, and the last few races I've been a bit tired for. And just thanks for British Triathlon selectors for selecting me, even though I had such a bad few races to begin with.
World Cup win number 10 for Gomez. Vasiliev showing he's a man to look out for, and Brownlee, the teenager, making it to the Olympic Games.